Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to your moon energy update and your new moon readings. Now these are new moon eclipse readings, so this is a very, very powerful time. It's a really, really powerful new moon. In a moment, I'm literally going to talk you through the entire moon month and tell you about the incoming energy for every phase of the moon. Now, if you are here, beautiful souls, because you are tuning into the readings and you just want to move straight to the readings, I will put timestamps in the description box below. You can click on the timestamps and move straight to the cards if you want to just check those out, or straight to the readings if you know which reading is already really singing to you from the thumbnail. So do tune into those. But if you're interested in the energy of the moon, then stay with me, bear with me, because I'm going to talk you through that flow of energy. And this is a really interesting month. We begin with an eclipse new moon. And this eclipse new moon is sitting right on, it's like a really, really critical degree of transformation and change. So the energy is really powerful. So beautiful souls, welcome back. If you are returning, if you're part of the Moon Magic family here, welcome. I'm just blown away by the community that we're building here. You guys are awesome. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Don't forget, if you're brand new, welcome if you're brand new. Don't forget, if you want to make sure you never miss a video or a reading as I post it, do subscribe and press the little bell icon as well. Now, let me just give you a little bit of an overview of the coming energy, because this is a month of kind of shift and change. Now, very, very excitingly, I think for many of us, it's going to be a month where things consolidate. However, there could also be areas of our lives where things are, let's say we're in the zone of what I would call shed, release and cleanse. Letting go of things that no longer serve us in order to clear the way to move forwards. So there could be certain situations in your world where you are literally finishing stuff. You're letting go of it, you're moving on, and you've got a blank canvas. There'll be other areas that are more like consolidating a stage of something. And then on that stage, you kind of move on to the next bit. It's a bit like if you were building a house. Let's say you've dug the foundations. Well, this would be like filling in the foundations and doing it really, really well, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure everything meets the regulations. Now you can start building. You can start building those walls and building that house. If your metaphorical house already has walls, it's firming them all up, making sure everything's in place, and you can start fitting doors and windows or putting a roof on and making it watertight. We move on to the next stage of something. That's really where the energy is. And every moon month begins with a new moon. Every moon month lasts, it's about 29.5 days. The new moon is a point when we can really align our energy with, it's like bringing focus to our wishes and our intentions. Now, a wish and an intention, as far as I'm concerned anyway, is a different thing. A wish is connected to something that you desire. It comes from the heart. And an intention has a more sort of dynamic, I intend to do X, Y, and Z to make something possible. Excuse me. And if you set wishes and intentions together at a new moon, your wishes align with, it's sort of like whatever it is that you are requesting from the universe. When you make a wish, you're putting that request into the universe. It's like a prayer. When you then set intentions next to those wishes, those intentions are kind of, it's like making a commitment to say to the universe, this is what I would like. And if you're happy to work with me, then I commit fully to working with you in return. So it's like saying to the universe, if you open a door for me, I would like this. And if you open a door that takes me in the direction of achieving that or getting that, I commit to walking through that door. I commit fully to embracing whatever you deliver, whatever opportunities you create for me, so that I am actively co-creating with you. So this is what wishes and intentions are about. And the new moon that we begin this moon month with is particularly powerful. Eclipse season aligns us with a kind of portal of energy where we can really understand how the past has influenced where we are in the present, the shape of today, as it were, and then in the here and now, we can really think about what we actually are doing and thinking and speaking and saying in order to begin to shapeshift the future that we desire, and to do so in a really active and conscious way. So manifesting with the moon is a really, really fascinating thing to do. I've been studying the moon for a long time now, and that's why I do these moon energy updates. Now, what I'm going to do in the description below, I'm going to put the dates as well as the timestamps for each moon phase. So, by all means, listen to me now and tune into the incoming energy and how this is going to be kind of landing. But if at any time in the coming moon month you have a wobble and you think, gosh, what is going on? Or something big happens, you can come back to this video, find the date, and click on that and hear about the energy in that moment. So, bookmark the page if that's useful, or save the video in your history or something like that if you think that it might be useful for you to come back to it, because this is a powerful month of really big turning points. So, beautiful souls, thank you so much again for being here. And I think it's time to move through to the rundown of the energy for the month. So I'm going to bring up a PDF onto the screen, and I'm going to talk you through the different energies as we go through the month. I'll show you the void of course moons. I do also send out a PDF with key astrological dates and what we call void of course moon timings as well for you. So if you're on any of my mailing lists, I'll be sending that out to you really soon. If you're not on any of my mailing lists and you would like to receive that document, I send it out monthly. I'll put a link again in the description box so you can add yourself to one of my mailing lists, and then you should get that PDF through into your inbox. So beautiful souls, let's have a look at the coming moon month. So a moon month doesn't necessarily align with a calendar month, because a moon month is 29.5 days approximately, and our calendar months are largely longer, occasionally shorter. And so sometimes a new moon month will begin around the first of the month, and sometimes it doesn't. Today the dates are running through from September and into October. Now, if you're on any of my email lists, I'll be sending you out this list of void of course moons, and I'll also in a moment show you the key astrological dates that I send out as well. A void of course moon period is the time when the moon is moving through a particular sign. So let me think about the best way to explain this. So when the moon moves through each of the zodiac signs from our perspective, if you think of the moon as our satellite, she's kind of connecting to energy and kind of beaming it down to us. That's the way I like to think of it. And sometimes if she's building and getting bigger and bigger, she will escalate that energy. And sometimes if she's getting smaller and smaller, she might soften it. But as she navigates through a sign, she will tune into all the planetary alignments that are taking place or connected with that sign. When she reaches a point in the sign where she's not connected to any planetary alignments, that is the point when what we call the void of course moon period starts, and then it ends when she enters the next sign. And the energy is much more free flowing. This could feel amazing if you're wanting to expand, feel as though you are sort of liberated from things and able to move forwards. Fast and easily and unencumbered by other stuff. But sometimes it can feel really wobbly and as if you're a bit out at sea. If there's loads going on and you just want an anchor point, or you want to get off the merry-go-round, then a really long void of course can feel really quite challenging. It really depends on what's happening. It can connect to your own chart, of course, but it can really depend on what's going on in your world. Now, I've highlighted in yellow the larger ones. I don't put any of the void of course moons down if they are just a few minutes, because that's really, really sort of almost unnoticeable for us. But if they are sort of 4 hours or more, I think it's worthy of making a note. And if they are really big, like the first one on September the 23rd through to September the 24th, this is when the moon moves from Libra into Scorpio. It's 17 hours long, so that's a big chunk of time. I'll draw attention to these larger ones as I go through each of the sort of energy flows for each of the moon's phases. Now, if you're on any of my email lists, I'll also send you out this list of key astrological dates. And these are the moon phases that we're going to be talking about. These are the different phases of the moon: the new moon, the waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous. Then we get to the full moon. And then the moon diminishes from our perspective and her energy diminishes. We get the waning gibbous moon, and the last quarter or the third quarter, and the waning crescent. And then we start all over again with another new moon. So let's move into the energy flow and let's look at what's happening at this new moon. Now, this new moon is a partial solar eclipse. It's not a full solar eclipse, or what we would call a total solar eclipse, but it's a partial eclipse. Nevertheless, eclipse energy is very powerful. This happens on September the 21st or 22nd, depending on where you are on our beautiful planet, in Virgo, at 29 degrees, 5 seconds. Now, this is a new moon of mind-blowing potential. Energetically, it does represent the culmination of a whole series of really progressive steps of evolution. And these actually began in the eclipse season a year ago. I've been talking about these every month throughout the year. Now, this new moon eclipse is sitting at what is known as a critical degree. So this is the point when the moon shifts from one sign to another. The critical degree is the sort of 29 degrees, and then this is a critical degree or an anaretic degree for any planet, actually, as it moves from one sign to the next. It enhances the energy, it enhances the power. So this one also lies on the world's axis, and it also falls in the 4-day window that surrounds the equinoxes. Now, this will be the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere, the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. So this is a time of natural shift. It's a time of equal day and night, and it honours perfect balance. When we come into these sort of what I would call these earth calendar shifts, it's almost as if the earth herself pauses for breath. And there's a real opportunity to consolidate and then move forwards. So the alignments today, the astrological alignments, also do bring some really additional powerful connections that imply destiny, fate, and divine timing, and I would venture to say divine intervention. So you may find that some of your previous wishes and intentions actually do reach a culmination. This literally could happen today, and with circumstances showing up that clarify or define the next step of your personal progressions. So this is a really powerful energy. Now, I'm going to bring up the timings onto the screen for you. Now, the reason we bring up the timings, I've just got a range of timings here. It's really worth finding out the time in your location. Hopefully this will give you a good idea or an approximate idea of the timings. If you think about a new moon is when the sun and the moon come together. So it's like a sacred marriage of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So it's a point of fertility, a point of conception. That's why we set wishes and intentions at the new moon. It's a time of sowing seeds. It's a point of co-creation. Now, the most potent time to set your wishes and intentions is from the exact point of union, the exact moment when the moon and the sun come together, and for the following 8 hours. So find out the time in your location, and as to the best of your ability, try to get as close to that time as you can, and within the following 8 hours to set your wishes and your intentions. Now, following the new moon, we then move into what we call the waxing crescent moon phase, and this is very much about getting going. Now, this is running from September the 22nd through to the 28th. We do have a void of course period on the 23rd through to the 24th, depending on where you are in the world. This is when the moon is moving from Libra into Scorpio, and this is 17 hours long, so just consider that energy. Now, during this moon phase, the moon will pass through Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. And the energetics of this moon time are literally itching for us to get going. So I want to say be prepared to be bold and brave and have the courage to step up in full ownership of your dreams and desires. If you set your wishes and your intentions, this is a time to put your intentions into action. It really is a time to literally take action, expand your horizons. And as this period progresses, the initial burst of push and lift off moves into then quite a flowing dynamic. It's absolutely lovely. But there is still what I would call a valuable undertone of review and reflect. This is helpful because as you are moving forwards, you can really sort of almost be an observer of your own experiences. You can tweak and course correct if you need to. So think about where best to place your energy and your focus. And don't be afraid to step out of the box or take an unconventional approach. This is literally a time to own your own agency and your own empowerment with awareness of the impact and the consequences of your actions. And I would venture to say beyond yourself. Think about the bigger picture and be very mindful of others. There's an energy around in this moon phase that really does say, be mindful of others. It's really important to do so. But at the same time, do not compromise your own authenticity. Stand true to yourself and hold your own course. The moon then reaches her first quarter moon position, and this is on September the 29th in Capricorn. Now, a first quarter moon is very much associated with the energy of review and evaluation, but it's often prompted by external events, actually. Now, at the time of this first quarter moon, the strongest overriding energy is one of possibility, bringing opportunities to restructure, reorganize, and re-establish all elements of our world. And this could be happening to us personally, but we may see some global restructure as well. There are, however, and this is really important to note, some undercurrents of more discordant energies as well. Now, they're not as strong as the overall trend of positive push, but we can't discount them either. Now, I suspect that any challenges may arrive as a prod or a push from the universe to kind of move you out of any kind of complacency or to step out of a safe zone and to invest in real, solid, constructive steps that bring about much needed change. The dynamics today promise to potentially highlight how best to work with and also work through any underlying issues that could be standing in the way of your progress. So I think this is going to be a really interesting day. I would personally suggest trying to take stillness breaks and really be an observer of your own experience. And if the universe does give you a big push or a shove or something appears to be really not working, then recognize it as a sort of a prompt for change. The moon then moves into her waxing gibbous moon phase, and this is running from September the 30th through to October the 6th. And the moon will pass through Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and into Aries. Now, this is quite a biggie as moon phases go. There's a void of course period for 8 hours when the moon moves from Aquarius into Pisces. Now this is on October the 3rd. The incoming energy of this moon time is a bit like waves on a beach. Some are relatively gentle, but all of a sudden stronger, more powerful waves may arrive, and this could literally take you by surprise. There really are some big surges of energy coming in. And it's almost as though we get a pause and some flow, and then whoosh, suddenly the intensity comes in. So I think as well, because the lunar energy is building in strength, the moon is building to her fullest, and often emotions are rising during this time. Be very, very aware of these potentials. Now, despite the fact that there is an overall dynamic of really powerful positivity that supports transformations, some of these stronger waves are connected to the more challenging underlying astrodynamics. There are some planetary collaborations that are quite tense, and this can suggest difficulties in communications or thinking patterns or responses. Maybe buttons might get pressed or words could inadvertently be spoken in haste. So try to be very, very aware of this. The key to navigating this period to your very best effect is having heightened awareness, particularly of your own responses, alongside an ability to embrace the pace of evolutionary transformation that is currently unfolding. Stuff is happening fast. It really, really is. So be aware of this. Press the pause button. Be very conscious of the phenomenal pace of change and try to respond rather than react. Our beautiful moon then reaches her fullest. We have a full moon on October the 6th or 7th, depending on where you are on our beautiful planet. I'll bring up the timings in a minute, and this is a full moon in Aries. Now, this moon promises to illuminate in a very personal way what is in balance in your life as well as what is not. Now, additional planetary alignments are inviting some really deep thinking and at a very profound level. There's also a very distinct flavour of karma and destiny in the air, with a particular emphasis on relationships. So I would say don't be surprised if events are happening around this time, or events arrive that bring relationships, partnerships, friendships, colleagueships, or your relationship with yourself, or your relationship with the divine. All of these relationships, any aspect of relationship, may come into immediate focus. If you've been wondering if you have met someone before, you know, sometimes you think, have we met in a past life? What's going on? You may actually receive some form of a confirmation of this, actually. You may get some kind of a spiritual download or a spiritual illumination that gives you a confirmation. We have met before, and something of our destiny is unfolding. So this is a moon that actually highlights your personal responsibilities within your relationships, within your partnerships. The purpose of this is the intent of creating equal, harmonious balance within relationships. So there's a lot going on with this full moon, very relationship orientated. Remember that there is also a void of course coming in as the moon literally shifts from Aries into Taurus, so it kind of follows the point of the full moon. This is 11 hours long, so yeah, just really think about how that void of course moon energy might impact on you depending on what's going on. You might find relationships are moving to a whole other new level, which could be really, really exciting. On the other hand, you may find some challenges in relationships that are being brought to the fore, so you can address them. So be conscious of this void of course moon period following. Let me bring up the timings for you. So these are the timings, or a selection of timings across the globe. I often find that when the moon reaches her fullest point, I can kind of feel like a shift in the energy. It's almost as though I can sort of breathe out when maybe there's been this build-up in tension to the full point. Very, very interesting. It's an ideal time actually to be working with the moon if you want to do a release ceremony. At some point, I have promised this before and not got around to it, but at some point I will do a video where I do some kind of release ceremony, or talk about how to do release ceremonies at the point of the full moon, because the energy is just primed for both illumination but also for letting go. The moon then reaches her disseminating or waning gibbous moon phase. This is running from October the 8th through to the 12th, and the moon will pass through Aries, Taurus, Gemini and into Cancer. Now, deep and profound thinking governs the energy of this moon time, so don't be afraid to look within. Whatever was illuminated at the full moon, it's arriving with purpose. Now, you are constantly in the process of creation, whether you are aware of it or not, and where you place your focus and your attention is sending very strong messages out into the universe. Now, the overall dynamics of this period may actually peel back a few layers, and the deeper you go, the more profound the potential results, with new levels of understanding that promise to open doorways of absolute transformation and healing, and this can lead to really fruitful new territory. Your ability to evaluate and actively practice discernment will be of great benefit at this time. So really observe, notice, and think about what is resonating with you and what isn't. You may find opportunities arrive to really do some weeding and pruning in your life. These could be with internal thinking patterns as much as external events and circumstances or people or, whatever is going on around you. This is about potentially letting go of anything that's unhealthy. It could be people, it could even be a habit that no longer serves you. But effectively, we are peeling back the layers, understanding what resonates with us, what doesn't, recognizing that we're energetic beings and that everything around us is affecting our energy, our resonance. So too are our internal thoughts, our thinking patterns, our beliefs. And there's a real opportunity to have a really profound understanding of what kind of energy is in your field and therefore what you can do to shift it and change it and raise that vibration. The moon then reaches her last quarter position. This is on October the 13th in Cancer. Quarter moons are always about evaluation of some sort, and a last quarter moon tends to bring evaluations that ask us to look inwards. Now, there is an emphasis today particularly on personal responsibility and particularly around issues of equality. These are on the agenda and possibly on a much wider scale than just our immediate relationships. The overall dynamics suggest that equality in every way may be brought into focus. And this is really fabulous, really, with the opportunity to actually do something about it. So any tension present at this time is here because something needs to be addressed. And although some of the planetary influences today do suggest that not everything we see will be comfortable to acknowledge, it is through truthful and honest validation that we can generate the power to address issues and then look to create a genuinely sustainable future, not just for humanity, but actually for all of life. We are a species that has not always behaved particularly well in terms of not only to one another, but actually on a wider scale to our beautiful planet Earth. So it'll be very interesting to see what shows up, because there is an emphasis on you personally being able to do something actually within the immediacy of your world that contributes to the greater whole. The moon then reaches her balsamic moon or waning crescent moon phase. This is from October the 14th through to the 20th. The moon will pass through Cancer, Leo, Virgo and Libra. Now we have 3 void of course periods to be aware of. One is on October the 14th when the moon moves from Cancer into Leo. This is 5 hours. October the 16th, we have another one that is actually 13 hours. This is when the moon moves from Leo into Virgo. And then on October the 18th through to the 19th, when the moon is moving from Virgo into Libra, we have a 7-hour period. So be conscious and aware of those. The biggest is the 13 hours. The astrodynamics of this moon phase do suggest the need for perseverance. Now it's interesting because the lunar energy is actually slowing down, it's getting more gentle. But there is a need for perseverance, so if needs be, kind of utilize the lunar energy and slow down and try to remove pressure from yourself and others, because there is real potential right at the start to sort of almost get something off the ground and to make some headway, which is interesting because lunar energy is slowing down. But it may not necessarily happen fast. So there's opportunity to start something or activate something. It may also not unfold as you wish, but nevertheless, I think there is an energy of perseverance. So sort of, it's like stay the course. This moon time then suggests some more underlying tensions that sort of, it's got this sort of energy where you could range from feeling really optimistic and hopeful versus feeling, can I really do this? And this can often happen if we start something or we're trying to push through with something, but things aren't running smoothly. So I would say try to remain really grounded. Don't push for fast progress, but still persevere. Realistic expectations will pay dividends. And midway through this period, the lunar energies and the lunar connections bring a really helpful surge of karmic kind of energy. So progress may not necessarily flow easily, but you may find that synchronicities at this time actually help you to see what's needed to clear the way and move forwards, almost as if you could iron out any glitches and what you need will be shown to you. So an interesting kind of mix during this moon phase. Be very conscious of the way the energy may well be flowing, and keep going, but keep going sort of with awareness. And I do think you could work your way through something during this moon time if there's something you need to attend to. We then begin a whole new moon month, and this starts with the new moon in Libra on October the 21st or 22nd, depending on where you are on our beautiful planet. I have to say, unusually for the delightfully sort of harmonious energy of Libra, this new moon is actually really, really intense. But we will talk about that next month. I will be doing a moon month energy update for you, as always, and new moon readings again. And so let's now move on to the new moon readings. Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to the cards part of this video. I hope you have enjoyed the moon energy update for those of you that are following that part of these videos. Beautiful souls, you may notice that I am on a different coloured surface. Now, I actually recorded the moon energy update part of this video. I recorded that yesterday, and today there's a lot of busyness and happenings going on around my room where I work, so I've been given another space to work in today, and I have to say the camera is loving the colour of this desk. I think it's really picking up the cards in a much better way, so I think I might have to change the colour of the surface that I actually normally read my cards on when I go back to my other room. This is amazing because this is really working. So, beautiful souls, I hope you enjoy the change. I also just want to quickly add that between yesterday when I recorded those moon energy updates and today, I have very, very sadly discovered that somebody has downloaded loads and loads of my videos, and they've set up an entire channel of me and my readings. It's a completely, I mean, it's totally in an infringement of copyright. It's a blatant theft, actually. Could you please report the channel? I have already uploaded today a little video announcement requesting people to do that. Please don't watch the videos. Don't check out the videos, because if lots of people check out the videos, they can monetize the channel, and the more people that just report it, the quicker YouTube will do something about it. I think it's really, really interesting. In a way, I feel for the people who, I say I feel, but you know, I feel for the people who've done this, because the imprint that we are setting at the time of this eclipse moon is going to stay with us for the next 6 months, and these people are setting a very dishonest imprint. What they put into the world is going to come right back to them 1,000-fold. So I think today these readings are hugely important. This is not just a new moon where we're setting our wishes and intentions for the coming month. Because it's an eclipse moon, the energy is really, really heightened, and the things that we are doing today, the wishes and intentions that we set around the energy of this moon are really going to take hold over the next 6 months. So a very powerful time. So I'm really going to say, think about what you think. Notice what you think, notice your thinking patterns, really think about what you want to wish for and what you want to manifest in your lives. So let's look at the cards. Here we go. So pile 1, you have the Wood Rabbit card. Follow your curiosity. This is card number 52. So this is for pile 1, and we have the beautiful Rose Quartz Angel. Let me show this to you. Look at the way that's catching the light. That is stunning, because this is not a room that's loaded with light, but wow, I can't believe how that is absolutely catching the light. That's amazing. So that is pile 1. Pile 2, we have Metal Pig, partnership and collaboration. This is card number 48. And this is sitting with the Tiger Eye Angel. So this is here. And then lastly, we have Water Sheep for pile 3. This is card number 20, and it's Wait and Listen. Water Sheep, Wait and Listen. And we have the Cherry Quartz Angel. This is what the Cherry Quartz Angel looks like. It's amazing how they literally are catching the light in really different ways. Wow, just phenomenal. Really beautiful energy. Okay, so my beautiful souls, welcome to today's readings, and I'm going to leave the camera running for just a little bit longer for you. So if you need a little bit more time, you can do that. You can have that. And you can always press the pause button if you need to. And my beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Beautiful souls, I have to say there's the most extraordinary energy. I'm actually recording in like an attic room in a really, really, really old building. And there is a huge amount of what I would call curiosity. There's definitely, you know, the arrival of spirits and a massive curiosity. It's absolutely lovely. I'm looking out of a roof window, you know, into the trees. And so it's beautifully quiet up here. I'm hearing birds singing. And yeah, huge curiosity about what is taking place. That feels like we have almost additional spirits with us to assist at this massive time of setting an imprint for the next 6 months. Now for you, my beautiful souls, Wood Rabbit, follow your curiosity. This is a card that invites you to dream big and take small steps, and just sort of know that whatever steps you take, they are going to blossom. Literally, we've got this cherry blossom. I also get the impression with the angel coming in here, the energy of rose quartz, that this is about following your heart. This is about something that you're going to love. You know, whatever the imprint is, you're setting, it's like setting forth on either a brand new journey or a new stage of a journey, a new phase of a journey. So let's draw your cards and see what else we are shown about the imprint that you are creating for the next 6 months. Strength, but look at that with the world here, with that oak tree. Gosh, what you sow, the seeds you sow right now, the acorn, if you like, that you plant, is absolutely going to grow, and it's going to grow from strength to strength. We also have the card of goblins. Now that's an interesting energy. Move these out of the way because I feel I want to draw 3 from this pack. That's what I seem to be hearing. Let's go with that. We have the Wizard of Awareness. It's an interesting combination. I'm going to draw more of your cards before I dive into the interpretations. May we kindly ask for more information, please? You have Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough. Ah, this is making some sense now. Okay, always enough. And let's draw from this pack as well. We have Mars motion. You are absolutely, my beautiful souls, supposed to be taking action now in something. This is not just a new moon where you set a wish and sit back. This is set a wish and take an action to follow through. Now, at the front part of the video, I talked a bit about the difference between wishes and intentions. And it's kind of like, if you understand the difference between wishes and intentions, it really enables you to kind of use the new moon energy. It's like harnessing the new moon energy at its best. Have your tarot cards here as well. But I think you are... The guidance here for you is that you are meant to Dream big, like sow a seed. And it's like literally sowing a seed of something, but the sowing of the seed is actually taking an action. And I think the goblins are the goblins in your own head rather than the goblins that are outside in the world. I think it's the sort of fears that it will never work. Or also, I think there's quite a specific message here, actually, pile one, which is a fear that you won't have enough. You don't have enough either energy, resources, money, time, whatever that is. I think there's a fear that that there isn't enough to achieve what you want. Now, I'm not sure exactly with the Wizard of Awareness coming in here, what this energy is saying. I can see you need to take action, definitely take steps, and sort of trust that there's enough. I'll come back to this in a moment. Let's draw your tarot cards and see what we're shown. Let's find out about the imprint that you are creating, or the imprint that you can work with, the best energy to work with right at this time. And, this is going to grow in the next, I would say with you, grow exponentially in the next 6 months, actually. I'm seeing this, all of these, actually. And also this one from the base of the pack. Okay, we have, look at this, the wheel of, your first card, the Wheel of Fortune. All right, let's move these along. I think we can put this up here. Can we get that there? Just about. I think if we move them along a little bit, we can do that. Okay, yeah, super good. Super good. Okay. Right, you then have the Magician. Wow, I can't believe this. You've got so many you've just got you've got a row of major cards. I mean, this is incredible. I use these cards a lot, so this isn't as if the pack hasn't been shuffled well. So you've got the Wheel, you've got the Magician, you have the card of Strength. Look at that, strength coming through. This is an assurance that you have the strength to achieve your dream. I think there is some doubt in your mind as to whether you can actually do this, whether your dream is real, whether it's viable. Now you have the Emperor, so absolutely you need to take the lead. This is very much one step at a time and follow your bliss. We have the Five of Emotions, which is the Five of Cups. We have the Four of Materials. This is the Four of Pentacles. We have the Five of Materials. So we've got the 4 and the 5 and the 6. How interesting. I don't think that is going to fit in there. We're going to need to put this up at the top here. 6 of Materials. So 6 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups as well. The Knight of Emotions. Right, let's really tune into your energy here. Okay. Pile... excuse me. Gosh, that almost took... I breathed in too fast. What's that about? What's that energy about? Right, this is ever so clear. You actually have the strength to achieve something quite considerable. I don't think this is a small turning of the wheel. This is a big turning of the wheel. There's going to be enough. Every step of the way, you will get exactly what you need. You'll get enough. This is one of those scenarios where whatever it is you are building or investing in, each step of the way, I think some of you are at a point of expansion, and I think you're hesitant about, can you really expand? Or if you're either starting something or you are already on the way with something and you need to expand, but you're anxious about taking the next step. It would be like, I don't know, moving to a bigger house, for example, or, moving, it's moving onwards and upwards. And I think there is concern in you that somehow this this may not be possible, or that if you take a step or you commit to the next step, that somehow you won't have enough resources or enough time or enough energy or enough strength to somehow see it through. This is absolutely telling you that you will. Also, there's something about emotional strength here with the Knight of Emotions, the Knight of Cups. You are being shown here that you absolutely will be able to achieve what you perhaps are fearful that you can't. I think I'm actually going to read to you about the Wizard of Awareness, because I think this is about relinquishing the need to prescribe how this is going to emerge. I think you are going to go from strength to strength, actually. I think that's why we've got two strengths. I think you're going to go from strength to strength. The Six of Materials, Six of Pentacles, is a card of real generosity. I think whatever you need is going to be given to you. You don't need to be fearful. I think there is a fear in you about progression or about taking a particular action. And this reading is trying to remove those concerns. Let's read to you about this card, the Wizard of Awareness. So this is card number 3. Here we are. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Wearing the world, I think this is the bit that's relevant to you, wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting and changing, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you are experiencing now. It's all good, let it be, and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. So it's a really interesting energy, because I kind of feel that the message of this card is asking you not to let those sort of demons within you, those goblins, get in the way. Don't let your emotions, interestingly enough, get in the way. It's kind of almost defining. It's like allow yourself to feel curious and wondrous about what might unfold, and plant that seed, sow that acorn. I think what you want to do is going to grow, and I think it is going to go from strength to strength. Trust that at every step you'll be shown the next direction, the next step along the way. It's going to unfold for you. There'll be enough. Every step of the way, you're going to see what you need to see, be given what you need to get. The thing is here is about not clinging to perspectives from the past that have left you fearful of not having enough. You know, the Five of Pentacles is very much about being fearful of not having, or a fear of lack, or a fear of being sort of left out in the cold. And we've got the Five of Cups, left out in the cold. Look at the ice here. There's very much, I think you've got a fear of being stuck or trapped. This is a message coming through for some of you. For some of you, the stuck or trapped is to do with the internal thinking patterns where you are fearful of moving forwards in case you don't have enough. For others, I think it's there may be circumstances around you where you are feeling quite trapped. This is really asking you to create those wishes and intentions and then set forth. It's very, very interesting. I'll give an example of an energy that I suppose the fact that I'm sitting here today, it's really interesting that, you know, for me, I used to work at home and I no longer do. I kind of really knew I needed to kind of move out of my home space and work somewhere else for all kinds of reasons. And it was a big step for me to do that. And in fact, my little office is turning into somewhere that's, because the place I'm working in is thriving as a place, which is wonderful, it's getting busier and busier. And in the end, I actually had to, go and talk to them and say, it's become, this is getting harder and harder to record things. Really, I need a greater peace and quiet. And it's really interesting that they've just provided me with this amazing space. And okay, it's a temporary space. This isn't permanent, but it's kind of like my needs are being met. And it was about, for me, also having the confidence to go to these people and say, actually this isn't quite working. There's a lot of work going on, and just go rather than sort of the managing, and just doing several takes, or or whatever. If I'm doing a, let's say I'm recording videos for my course, my tarot course, I need a different level of concentration. In the readings, I always think whatever happens, it's part of the reading. But, in doing the course material, I need some peace and quiet and to be really focused and, for the tutorials. So I kind of really felt like I needed to say something, and I got an immediate response. And even though this is a temporary situation here, actually there's a really super lovely energy here. As I said, there's a very, very much a huge curiosity in the the energy of the spirits that sit within this building. It's very, very, very old. And but I got what I needed. What I needed was provided. And, I'm on the way, I will be on the way to, hopefully, at some point, they'll find me another unit, which will be permanently peaceful, where I will have a permanent space. But isn't it interesting? I feel there's something of that sort of, almost of that essence here. If something isn't quite working for you, have the courage, the strength to reach out. Sow those seeds, even if it's a conversation that you have with someone. I think you need to take an action, and it can be a small step, but it's going to emerge like magic. We have the magician here, and this is a card of alchemy. It's a card of magic. The imprint that I think is available energetically for you to lean into and invest in at the time of this eclipse new moon is literally the courage to ask for what you want, and know that, and removing any inner doubt that says you won't get it. You may not know what shape or form it arrives in, but trust that you'll be given exactly what you need. You'll get the resources, the money, the space, the time, the energy. Whatever you need is going to come. And honestly, I think you're going to love it with the Knight of Emotions. With this Knight of Cups, this is, in a way, it's a card of romance. It's a card of desires being met. I kind of think that what you get will be better than you expect. So sow those seeds and be prepared to take steps whenever you need something. Be prepared to invest in a step further that takes you further forwards. Don't be fearful of not having enough. And I think whatever you need is actually going to come to you. Pile 1, this is magic. Absolutely magic. This is your reading. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, all of you, for if you would be, I'd be very grateful if at the time of coming across this reading, you've picked up my message at the beginning where somebody is downloading my videos. Do please report that channel. We really do need to uphold the higher vibration of good and of honesty and of integrity. So I would be very grateful if you could do that. Thank you also, any of you who are, if this is resonating with you, do please subscribe. Press the little bell icon as well. That way, every time I do a reading, hopefully it will come into your stream. Thank you for liking and sharing and letting people know about the channel as well. Thank you all who have jumped on board my tarot course as well and are working with me as we create it, which is amazing. Thank you so much. And just thank you for being here. Beautiful souls. There's an amazing energy here. I think, honestly, whatever you choose to invest in is going to go from strength to strength. Literally, whatever that is. Pile 1, tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Beautiful souls, this is a relationship reading. Absolutely through and through. Metal Pig, partnership and collaboration. This is about fated relationships, finding those soul connections. It can also indicate a time when we part company with somebody. But this is absolutely a relationship reading, and almost certainly connected to people rather than a relationship to a place. Although, to be fair, it could be a relationship to a place or a situation. But what I'm seeing largely is good luck in some kind of a relationship. So this could be a relationship that can move forwards. It could be finding the right person, the right fit in some way. I'm not going to say any more, but I do feel this is a relationship reading. So if you are seeking partnership or wanting to move a partnership further forwards, and this could be any kind of connection, but I do think it's people orientated, or that's what's kind of coming through. Let's draw your cards. I'm seeing actually these three coming through for you. What spirit animal is with you as well? No, I'm not sure about those. There it is. There's your card. And let's draw an astrology card as well, and then we'll draw your tarot cards too. I think it is this one showing up for you. Okay. Let's see what we have. We have dry desert. This is really interesting pile too. We have home. Oh my goodness me, we have peaks of joy. This is heavenly. Canary spirits, sing your own song. And we have Neptune vision. I just want to say, I'm going to do my wow, wow and more wow, but really, truly, honestly, this is something else. This really is something else. Okay, let's draw some tarot cards. I'm gonna draw you tarot cards first, and then there's such clear guidance here. Now we are asking about the imprint that you can create for yourself right now. This is an energetic imprint that you can invest in, that over the next 6 months is going to emerge, happen. The universe is going to be working with you on creating this. It's like setting an intent and doing so with real confidence. Okay, I'm seeing this, and this. Definitely this one. That one there as well. Now we may draw more, but right now let's use these. We have the Magician. Wow, wow, wow. Do you know, this is so in alignment with where I was going with your reading already. This, for me, this is like a confirmation. Let me just put the rest of your cards out. You have the Moon. You have the Emperor. You have Two of Voices. This is the Two of, I think it's the Two of Swords in a traditional pack. You also have the Muse of Inspiration. Actually, I just need to double check. Oh no, Inspiration is the Wands. I'm right about that, yeah. So Inspiration is the Wands and Two of Voices is, I am right, that's the Swords. You've got Ace of Inspiration and you have Ace of Voices as well. Goodness me, let me move these cards along. This is phenomenal. Absolutely, the energy of this is just, this is mind-blowing in terms of your capacity to create an imprint right now at the time of this. When you find this reading, I mean, you could come across this reading in 6 months' time. You could come across it in 2 weeks' time. Now, I'm uploading it at the time of a couple of days actually beforehand, before the new moon eclipse. And I'm doing this because this is what I do each month. I do a moon month energy update. I do new moon readings. So whenever if a reading randomly comes into your stream, it's coming in with purpose. And I think if this reading, it's really interesting actually. I had a comment the other day on the channel where somebody came across, and it was an eclipse moon reading from 2 years ago, and they just said in the comment, and thank you so much all of you who comment, I can't believe this. They said, I have just this came into my stream supposedly randomly. It was a reading you did for an eclipse moon 2 years ago. It came into my stream completely randomly and it's absolutely spot on. You know, it's absolutely what I needed to hear. It's so current, it's so perfect, you know, just mind-blowingly accurate. So really, really interesting, you know, the way that readings work. They find us at the right time and we find them. At the time of you coming to this reading, I think you have been through a period where relationships have been a bit prickly or a bit scarce. Now, if you're in an existing relationship, it could be that there's been something that's been a bit prickly, or you have been looking, you know, if you're single, for example, you've been looking to date, but it's been like a dry desert, honestly, just not the right people showing up at the right time, just feeling like, you know, is my person out there for me, you might be asking. And if it's like a business connection or colleagues or friend, a really good friend, there is, whatever the relationship is, this new moon, and we have this moon here, I think the energy of this moon is enabling you literally to bring forth the vision of the person that you want to bring in. So whether it's love, whether it's business, whatever it may be, you know, it will be someone where when you meet, you know, you feel like you've come home in some way, shape or form. I mean, the peaks of joy, I just think this just speaks for itself. And look at the way even the muse of inspiration is a mirror image with the moon here. I'm going to say, for some of you, I think this could manifest really quickly. At the time of doing this reading, I'm doing this 2 days ahead of an eclipse new moon. Now, we're looking at approximately 2 weeks before the full moon. I think you could manifest a connection really quickly. I think you will sing on the same page. Even the Two of Voices, the Two of Swords. Look how, again, we have a mirror image with the Emperor. And to have the Magician and the Emperor, I feel that you can somehow take charge of this. Maybe you do need to, I think some of you do actually need to reach out. Some of you need, this is obviously a general reading, it's going to reach many. I think some of you actually do need to reach out. You need to take an action with the Emperor. You need to take charge of doing something. Now that could be creating a vision board. It could be creating a list of all the qualities you want in someone. It could be sharing your vision, writing your vision of what this would be. If, for example, if this was a business partnership, then what's your vision for that business? What kind of person, you know, write your vision, write it down, visualize it, because that's going to then help to bring in the right person. Sing your own song is really, really interesting with the canary spirit. Because I do think, and the Emperor, you call the shots on this one. This is almost as though the universe is actually saying to you, it's time for you to kind of specify, have a voice, give voice to what you want. Now, I think you have the capacity to manifest this really quickly. Literally, for some of you, it could be within 2 weeks. It could be that fast. The Ace of Inspiration, Ace of Wands. You know, the Muse of Inspiration, this is, I believe, the Page, but I'll just check that for a moment for you. Gosh, oh no, it's not. I just had a quick check. This is the King. Wow, the Emperor and the King of Wands. I mean, wow. I am going to say, dream... really don't, this is, trying to get my words right, gosh, it has almost taken my words away. This is the real good luck of the Tiger Eye energy. This really is the dream person. This is the real right fit. I mean, this is like a power couple. So if this was a business connection, it's a power couple. This is about success. This is being at the top of your game. If this is love, you are seriously singing from the same page. You are two voices, literally. You may be different with the two of voices. You may come from very different perspectives, but my God, you fit. There's something at a level of soul where you meet in the middle, you mirror. In fact, I think you may come from two very different disciplines or two very different worlds, but you really meet. The meeting point is at a level of soul. I think you are literally inspirational for one another. I think you give one another a voice. It may be that one of you is a very creative person and one of you may be more of a thinker, actually, with the ace of inspiration, the ace of wands and the ace of swords, the ace of voices. So again, there are differences, and yet you meet in the middle. I think you will have a shared vision. I think you are looking for the same things. You are looking, and you are looking for, I think you'll very much sing your own songs, both of you, actually. You'll sing your own songs. I think this is a connection where you are two very distinct individuals, and yet you sail side by side. You come home to one another. This is a soul connection. Whatever the relationship, whatever the connection, this is a soul connection. I think this is going to manifest really quickly. Absolutely. I really do feel this is going to happen fast. I think you have been going through a real... Maybe you've also been discerning, and fair play to you. Actually, I think maybe you have been, not exactly going through a dry desert, but I think you've probably have been discerning, and appropriately so. For some of you, maybe you have also been a bit defensive or a bit prickly because maybe it's been a challenge to meet or find the right person. And as I said, this is, whether this is business, whether it's whatever it is, this is a power relationship. You are different, and yet, my goodness me, this is one of those connections where you absolutely support each other, you mirror each other at a level of soul. I kind of think the moment you meet, the chemistry will be there. I think you have a shared vision. I think this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So my beautiful souls, this is absolutely a relationship reading. Whatever the kind of relationship that you are seeking, the imprint of relationship, and this will probably affect all of your relationships actually, even though I think a particularly key relationship is going to be arriving within a very short space of time, I do also think this is affecting all relationships. I think that if there are energies of people who don't resonate with you, I think those are going to fall by the wayside. And I think you're going to find that over the next 6 months, because this is an imprint for the next 6 months, I think you're going to find that you literally align with... It's like all the people that come into your world align with you. They resonate with you. They connect with you. You are attracting, you are manifesting people who are on the same wavelength as you. So I think this will affect all relationships. And I think over the next 6 months, you're really going to notice it. You're really, really going to notice that constantly people sort of dissipate or disappear. You know, any relationships that are a bit flaky on the energetic resonance level, I think they'll just dissipate and disappear. And those that really resonate with you are just coming in with strength. I also think your discernment you've developed discernment as well. I think part of the dry desert and the prickliness, I think you have actually been developing discernment. You know, with the canary spirit. Look at this, the canary is wearing a crown. And you have the Emperor here. And you have the King of Wands. But a canary's very, very sensitive. Very, very sensitive creatures. So I think you've developed your sensitivity and almost like an energetic sensitivity. I think you pick up really quickly on whether someone will resonate with you or not. But I think you're going to see in the next 6 months, that's what this imprint is about, a resonance whereby your relationships are majorly shifting. And I think you're going to increasingly get people coming into your world who, well, they align with you. But I do think your reading is also saying very, very quickly, and I would literally say potentially for some of you, maybe around a full moon. It could be within the next 2 weeks when we get to the next full moon, or it could be around the time of a full moon. I think you are going to meet or connect with somebody who is, and I think it's a very, very, very significant relationship for you. Wow, pile 2, this is your reading. And beautiful souls, thank you for being here. If you are watching this as I upload it, do please report that other channel that I spoke about right at the start. I'll put the link below to them. Don't watch any of the videos, please, because they're my videos. You can go to my channel and watch my videos here. But could you please not watch the videos, because if they get enough views, they can monetize their channel. And could you please report them? If enough people report them, then they will be removed. YouTube will take action more quickly. So thank you for that. Beautiful souls, thank you. This is an amazing reading. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you want to make sure you never miss a reading, subscribe and press the little bell icon. And thank you for letting people know about the Moon Magic channel here and about the readings here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Beautiful souls, tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's look at your oracle cards with the water sheep energy. Wait and listen. I'm not actually going to say anything just until we have drawn your cards. I'm seeing this one and also this one. What do we have here? You have sad embrace, coming apart. This is really interesting, my beautiful souls. I'm so sorry if something is exiting your world. Encouragement. Let me see, what else do we have for my beautiful pile 3s? This is suggesting something is exiting. We also have transformation. The butterfly is beautiful. Okay. Let's have a look at your astrology cards, and then we'll draw your tarot cards too. We have Uranus change. Okay, you are definitely going through some kind of a change. Water sheep is an energy that is very much about, it's about obviously getting still, listening, but it's about finding clarity. It kind of tells us that a situation around you is causing you to feel unclear. Now, it looks to me as if part of that is because you're separating from something. Some of you could be grieving, you could be mourning. And I'm so sorry if you have, experienced a bereavement, a loss. But something is departing or is leaving your world. If this is not resonating with you, this may not be the right reading for you, because this is very specific. But something is dissipating, coming apart, you're letting go. There's an emotional energy around it. Basically, there is change. For some of you, this could have been quite a sudden change with Uranus. So it's not necessarily a person. It could be an aspect of your life. It could be a location. It could be a job. It could be any situation, any circumstance. But something, it could even just be like a phase of your life is coming to an end. And you're moving forwards into, very much a new chapter, a new phase. But you're navigating, the element of your world that is ending. And I think it is leaving you a little bit ungrounded on occasions. Now, water sheep is really very much about getting still, meditating, practicing yoga, qigong, anything that keeps you centered. But I do feel that this is also letting us know with Uranus as well that the change and the transformation is actually going to be, I think, possibly quite fast and quite beautiful. So if something's ended and you're in that sort of what's next, or just change is going on around you and you're feeling like, I don't know what's coming next. I don't quite know what the next step will be. Whatever it is that is transforming in your world, could be that you're upgrading and you're having a wobble because you're not actually sure what's coming next. But whatever is coming to you, whatever that shift, it's going to be very beautiful. And I think it may happen fairly quickly. Let's draw tarot cards and just get a bit more information for you. Now, this is an imprint. Now we have the Magician. This is fascinating. Now, remember, this is a moon that... It's a moon that has an energy in it where we can set wishes and intentions to create change, and we can manifest that change. We're going to see the imprint of those wishes and intentions really emerging and really happening, really growing into the next 6 months. That's really the energy that's around. So let's have a quick look and see what your tarot cards, well, not necessarily a quick look, let's have a look at your tarot cards. Kind of seeing that one there. Seeing, I always feel like I'm kind of diving into the pack to find your cards for you. There's this one, I think that one as well. Maybe like I've got to sort of dive in, get in there. So we have 10 of materials. This is the 10 of Pentacles. You've got the 2 of Voices. This is the 2 of Swords. The Page of Voices, Page of Swords. You have the card of Justice. Right, okay. If any of you are involved in a process of something, of leaving something, or something's coming apart, there's any legal matters, I think they are almost certainly going to work in your favour. Whatever happens, choices are being opened up for you, like a bridge or a doorway is being opened for you. The reason this transformation is happening is because... so let's put out your... Let me finish putting out your cards. Let's finish first. So we've got 2 of Voices, 2 of Swords in the traditional pack. Page of Voices, this is the Page of Swords. Justice, the 7 of Swords. We have the 4 of Swords. So you've got a lot of mental energy going on around you. Then you have the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. And you have the King of Swords as well. So this is pretty super to finish with 2 kings. I mean, you know, it's more than super. It's absolutely amazing. So my beautiful souls, I'm really thrilled to say to you, I think that the imprint and the energy around you is actually to complete something. Now, it's it could be for some of you a phase of life, a chapter of life. It could be, I think you are closing a door, or the universe is closing a door. But my goodness me, the closing of the door is very specifically because a new door is being opened for you. There's a new pathway ahead. Look at the pathways that we're being shown here. There's a doorway here. We've got 2 pathways here that take you into the same sort of, almost like there's a completion of something. We've got a bridge here. We've got another bridge here. We've got another pathway here. Whatever is ending in your world, my beautiful souls, whatever is passing out of your world, it needs to. It needs to end. I think perhaps there is some grieving for this. Perhaps you're in a process of, well, literally processing, I think, the emotions of transformation. This reading is here to encourage you, but this reading is also saying to you the new pathway that's being opened up for you is going to be stunning. The transformation is literally beautiful. You need a new direction. whether you need to be in a different location, or whether you need to be in a new relationship, or whether you need to be around new people, or you need a new job. Something that you need to be with that is absolutely right for you is definitely on its way. I'm going to follow this reading through and draw a lot more cards for you, my beautiful pile threes. Gosh, when I first saw, water sheep, sad embrace coming apart, I thought, wow, this is challenging. It's feeling a lot less challenging, I'll be honest, now. And I'm thrilled. You are absolutely in the throes of change. That's for sure. You're in transition. You are absolutely in a process of transformation. But everything here is saying this needed to happen. For some of you, it may even be a transition of choice. But nevertheless, I think it's a biggie, and you're having to leave certain things behind. I think you've had to develop some resilience in order to navigate these changes. But this is absolutely working in your favour. I think there's almost like a karmic element to this coming through with the Justice card. Almost as though, I actually think, yeah, look at the vision in the Four of Swords coming out of her eyes. I mean, the Four of Swords is traditionally a card of meditation. Get still. If you're ever in this, because I think the process of transformation in your world, I think it's actually happening fast. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's a challenge for you to remain grounded and anchored. You are in a transition. It's happening very quickly. It does mean saying goodbye to some things, but absolutely you are walking towards and into, I mean, doorways are just opening for you. I think the fact that it's very fast change is why you are being kind of advised to get still. Really embrace those spiritual practices of meditation, of just those spiritual practices in every way. Because that's what you need. The spiritual practices are going to support you 100%. Absolutely 100% in remaining grounded and also in receiving guidance. I think I'm going to draw a lot more cards and find out a lot more about this transition. What are the pathways that are opening for you? It does feel as though certainly there is in the immediacy of your world, like in the physicality of your world. So money, your home, your health, all of those kinds of areas, the practicality of the actual physicality, your location. I feel that there's stuff in the immediacy of your 3D world that is going to blossom, and I think it's going to blossom fast. So that's amazing. I also think you'll gain clarity and peace of mind quite quickly. I think you're going to get to a leveled out place pretty fast. I think what's happening is right now the changes are so fast and you are so in the process of transformation that it's almost like it takes your breath away. I don't know if that feels right for you, but that's the kind of energy that I feel I'm picking up on here. It's like it literally takes your breath away. Let's draw more tarot cards. May we kindly ask, like from the time that my pile threes find this reading, whenever they do, can we please get information and guidance about how this transition from right here, right now for you, my beautiful pile threes, how does it unfold? I would also say cherry quartz brings an energy of I would say resilience. It helps us to overcome obstacles, to move forwards, to step up rather than down. So could we please get guidance and information about how this is unfolding, or anything that my pile threes need to know about here? May we kindly ask for more information and guidance. May we kindly ask for more information and guidance. Seeing that one as well. Okay. Make sure the cards don't move around too much. You've got the Emperor. Okay. I want to say you are not without agency. You've got, oh my, these are huge cards. You've got the Emperor, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the World Cosmos, you've got the Priestess. Wowza wow, these are all major arcana cards. This is and you've got the Strength card and the Seven of Cups as well. Look at the fish. This is really, this has been so essential because, my beautiful souls, there is a big world out there, and you are in a position where wherever you were or whatever is changing, it absolutely had to, because there is a big world out there and you are expanding. You are going to expand, you're going to build in strength, and it's like you could not remain like a goldfish in a bowl. This is the next chapter of your life, the next phase of your life, or almost the purpose of your life. You are not destined to be, like I would almost say a small fish in a small pond. And you're not even destined to be a big fish in a small pond. You're destined to be a fish that's out in a big pond, the bigger world. There is something of the world that is absolutely opening up for you. This could be leading you to your calling, but it is taking you where you need to go. Your world is expanding. I think there's something in your world that is potentially going to be, for some of you, quite big. I think you are going to have a presence and be a big presence. You are absolutely meant to be growing, larger than life, out there, visible. There is a pathway you are destined to fulfill. And my beautiful souls, this ending, this transition, this period of change is happening to you, and fast, because this is part of your destiny and you are here to fulfill this. And so I think some of you are going to be really quite big. I think there's something quite big coming, quite visible. But this is why, if you had stayed as you were, the environment, as I said, whatever it is that you are letting go of, it would have completely cramped your style. I mean, it was just not right for you. Some of you have actively manifested this change, and the lack of clarity or the wobbliness is simply because the change has happened so fast. For some of you, it's maybe felt as though the change has arrived and you're having to deal with it, a bit like a bereavement. But if that is the case, part of that loss, the timing of it was important, that it happened because perhaps you would have remained, I don't know, in one place or one location, or connected to something that you needed to let go of in order to move on and beyond. It's like there is a role for you to fulfill. A purpose, a calling, a direction, and the universe is opening doorways. This reading is not about closing doorways, it's about opening doorways. I think very quickly you're going to find yourself really resonating and feeling very solidly strong and very clear that where you are meant to be, or where you are is where you're meant to be. And I think this is coming through really, really, really fast for you. It's really beautiful. I want to kind of almost get a sneaky peek into the future. Perhaps we should do that. Could we ask for just a few more cards for my pile 3? I mean, I'm really confident that this is absolutely your destiny, your pathway. I honestly just think you're going to be, in whatever you do, you're going to be successful and you're going to be big. And whether that's successful in a new location or a new job, whatever it is, you really are going to be at the top of your game in some way. If it's moving to a new location to set up a family, you're going to find what you need and when you need it. But it's happening fast, and this is why there's a recommendation from Spirit that you get still and really, really lean into your spiritual practice daily, because this will really help you to remain grounded as everything is moving so fast. Let's kindly ask if we can kind of get a sneaky peek into the future. May we kindly ask for a sneaky peek into the future, please. May we kindly ask. Wow, look at the card that just flew out for you. You've got the Sun. I love that even in the Sun card, we're still seeing you meditating here. Isn't that amazing? But like this is like a mandala almost, isn't it? It reminds me of, I used like looking through a kaleidoscope. Wow, your world is just going to blossom. It's going to just emerge. You're going to be in your element. You have the Three of Emotions. This is the Three of Cups. You literally are going to be in your element. You'll be with the right people or in the right place. For many of you, it is about finding the right people, actually, or finding your tribe. Again, your calling. You're going to have an emotional resonance with what is coming to you, with the new direction. It's an emotional resonance. Look at this. You have the card of Awakening. Wow, wow, wow. This is so amazing. This is the card of Judgment in a traditional tarot pack. This is literally your karmic pathway is unfolding. You know, that your purpose. For some of you, this literally is your purpose, your calling. It's absolutely karmically where you're meant to be going, where you are meant to be. This is telling us that within the next 6 months, because the imprint is being created now, that in the next 6 months, you are going to be exactly where you need to be, as in the transition is happening fast, but you'll find yourself settled in the right location or in the right relationship or with the right tribe of people or following your calling or in a different job or literally your world is growing exponentially. It literally is. You are going in, it's a whole new adventure, but this is your purpose and calling for the next chapter of your life, and you are going to be shown it. Every door will open for you, and that is why certain things are changing, and they're changing fast, because there is something else that you need to be doing and having and being. You are not supposed to stay where you are, because it literally would have restricted you. There's some things in your world that have had to go. I get the impression that for some of you, there is a willing change. You've manifested these changes, but the wobble is perhaps because things have happened so fast. And for others, I think the change may have not exactly been forced upon you, but happened because of events. But if that is the case, then my goodness me, embrace the changes and jump on board, remain grounded, meditate, practice, really actively be involved in your daily spiritual practices. Everything is happening exactly as it should. And within the next 6 months, honestly, everything is just going to click into place. There'll be change after change after change. Doorway will open. You know, this is it. New horizons are being opened for you. But I think with this imprint, by the time you get to the end of the next 6 months, starting now, just look at you at the top of your game, seriously, at the top of your game. So my beautiful pile threes, this is a phenomenally positive reading. I do wish to say, though, if any of you have lost someone or you're processing a change that feels as though it has been forced upon you, I'm sending you the biggest hug. And my heart goes out to you, because I know when things change, if due to circumstances we're almost obliged to change or to move or to grow, it can be so tough. But truly, my beautiful souls, this is absolutely... You're on track with where you're meant to be going. You really are. My beautiful pile threes, this is your reading. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I'm sending you the biggest hug ever. Do keep us posted. It perhaps in the weekly readings that I do on Sundays, 6 months down the line, let us know where things are at with you when we get to the next eclipse season. Let us know where things are at for you. Beautiful souls, thank you. If you're watching this as I'm uploading it and you caught that bit at the beginning, do please report the channel that is downloading my videos and setting up a channel with all of my material. Please don't watch the videos, because if they get enough views, they will then they will get monetized. The more people that report the actual channel, just go to the channel homepage and report them without watching the videos. The more people that report them, the quicker that will be closed down. And this is a time when we are having to step up, not down, and really attend to any low vibrational energy that flies into our worlds one way or the other. So my beautiful souls, tons and tons of love. Thank you for liking, for sharing, and if you want to make sure you never miss one of my actual readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should always come into your stream, so you'll be able to find my readings as opposed to my readings that somebody else has sort of, I suppose, effectively stolen, really, is the deal. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. My beautiful souls, I'm sending you the biggest hug, tons of love, and thank you so much for being here.